today we're going to practice our comparing and contrasting skills. Comparing means to find the similarities between two or more things, and contrasting means to point out the differences between two or more things. Today we're going to specifically focus on the monarch butterfly and the bumblebee. Let's learn a little bit more about the monarch butterfly before we begin comparing and contrasting. The monarch butterfly migrates south during colder months, but as it warms up, they migrate back north and begin a life cycle process. During the summer months, butterflies lay an egg, and during a 4-day incubation period, a caterpillar emerges. The caterpillar eats milkweeds and other nutritious items for about 2 weeks before it begins to build a silky chrysalis, also known as a pupa. During this stage, we can't see a lot that's happening. However, rapid change is occurring as the caterpillar transforms itself in a process known as metamorphosis into an adult butterfly. During the summer months, the adult butterflies lay eggs about 4 times, creating 4 new generations of monarch butterflies. This process continues in the summer months until the last round of butterflies migrate back south for cold weather. The monarch butterfly also has an interesting defense mechanism. This mechanism is it is poisonous to birds and other prey animals or predator animals. So the monarch butterfly defends itself from being eaten. Let's talk about the bumblebee. The bumblebee has a similar life cycle where it starts as an egg. Only the queen bee can lay eggs for its colony. In the bumblebee, the queen can live up to several years. However, most of its hive dies out during the cold weather. The queen bee hibernates, and as she wakes up, she begins to find mass amounts of pollen that will help her lay her eggs. She lays her eggs in pollen, in a mound of pollen, and for about a 4-day incubation period, the eggs begin to hatch larvae. The larvae eat the nutritious pollen and become larger. After this process of about 2 weeks, the larvae begin to form a chrysalis, a type of pupa that will help it transform itself into an adult bee. Now, the life cycle of a bee is a little different. As I said before, the queen bee is the only bee that lays eggs. Therefore, unlike the monarch butterfly, this cycle is not necessarily a complete cycle each time. When a queen bee hatches, she will complete the cycle and lay more eggs. However, if it's just a worker bee or a male bee, no eggs will be laying. All right, let's begin comparing and contrasting. I like to start off with a T-chart. Comparing and contrasting information will go inside this T-chart. Let's think for a moment. What things did you just hear that are similar between monarch butterflies and bumblebees? Well, I can see here on our charts that they both start in an egg phase. So they both have eggs, or come from eggs. Secondly, I can see that they both transform into what are called larvae. Here, we specifically call butterfly larvae caterpillars, but they're similar in their composure. So let's put larva on our list. They both have a larva phase. What else do you see that's similar? They both have a pupa phase. They both form silky, we'll put silky, cocoons. These are where they perform metamorphosis and transform into an adult. So we'll put the process of metamorphosis. That's a process of change. They change their anatomy as they become adult animals. Okay, now let's think of some things that are contrasting. Well, We talked about how the monarch butterfly migrates. The bumblebee does not migrate in the wintertime. The queen bee only hibernates. So let's put butterflies migrate. And bumblebees, the queen bee specifically, the queen bee hibernates. So that's a process that we should know means she sleeps or tucks herself in during the winter months. All right. Now, we talked a little bit about the monarch butterfly's ability to defend itself. The monarch butterfly is poisonous. Now, we didn't discuss in detail, but the bumblebee also has a defense mechanism. The bumblebee has a unique defense mechanism, and I'm sure you've unhappily experienced it. Do you have any guesses about what the bumblebee's defense mechanism is? You're right, it's a stinger. So the bee uses a stinger. Now we can compare the bumblebee and the monarch butterfly by saying they both have defense mechanisms to help them avoid predators. However, in this T-chart, we decided to contrast those defense mechanisms as they're different from each other. So, today we practiced our compare and contrast skills on monarch butterflies and bumblebees. Now there's a lot more information that you can compare and contrast between these two animals. Great resources are available for you to find interesting topics or interesting information that you can add to your very own T-chart. Another thing that is great to do after you can create your T-chart of comparing and contrasting details is to create a well thought out and organized paragraph. A paragraph might start like this. There are many similarities and differences between monarch butterflies and bumblebees. Some similarities that I can compare between the two are they both start as eggs. One difference between the monarch butterfly and the bumblebee is the monarch butterfly migrates during cold weather. The bumblebee, however, has a hibernation process. Now you practice your comparing and contrasting skills and let me know if there's more information we could add to our T-chart.